Alright, 69-second summary for the new Mega Excadrill EX deck that I wasn't going to feature because I only have 6 or 7 pitch black videos before my hiatus, so I wanted to try something more exciting, but people got mad when I suggested skipping it. Despite never falling out of the top 10 in Japan, Mega Excadrill is inarguably a boring deck. Your first turn is always going to be Petrol for Trolley for 5 basics, which is why you have 4 Petrol and 4 Transceiver. And you're almost always going to want 3 Beldum, 2 Drilbur, and 1 Genesect. The Genesect can grab 2 Metal Evolutions each turn, which is massively important. This thins your deck ahead of a Metal Maker, allowing you to build up energy on Excadrill. With 3 energy on Chainsaw Man, you're only doing a minimum drilling of 200 damage. But with 5, that's a maximum drilling, one-shotting almost everything in Standard. And for those you come up short on, like in the Mirror match, Kieran adds plus 30. For as strong as Excadrill is though, Metagross is just as important. With Kieran or Gravity Mountain or Brave Bangle, Metallic Hammer can also dispatch a Dragapult. The only other real way to play Excadrill is with Secret Box. You do lose 3 cards from hand, but gain a supporter, tool, item, and stadium. Basically, it's more flexible than Trolley, except your first turn might still be Petrol for Secret Box for Poffin for Air Balloon for Drilbur for Call for Family. In this scenario, you get 1 less Genesect ability at the start of the game, which seems not great to me. Whichever path you take, Excadrill is super consistent and has a way to deal with almost everything out there. So make sure you lube up ahead of all this drilling you'll be doing to strangers on the internet. As long as they don't get the turn 1 Brilliant Blender. As long as they don't get the turn 1 Brilliant Blender. Oh my god, of course. As long as they don't get the turn 1 Brilliant Blender, I have a very easy way of winning this game. They got the raw blender. Okay, yeah, they got rid of all their missed energies. They're gonna, oh my god. I thought I had a chance of winning this game. This is a horrible matchup, but as long as they don't have everything turn 1, I have a chance. So naturally, they got everything turn 1. That is insanity. All right, well, I got the Poffin, I guess. So do we have the Trolley? We got the Trolley. I was just talking about how this is an auto win if I go first and I have a good turn, but then I got literally the worst starting hand, but then I topped back the Poffin and I should have gone first if I'd known I was going to get the stupid Poffin. All right, so I think I go Petrol for Trolley. Yes, I don't want to, but I have to. And then Trolley for Beldum, Genesect. Lena, thank you for the sub. Okay, and then in this situation, I go for double Metang, and then I retreat into the Drilbur. It's very risky, but I retreat into the Drilbur, and I feel like I can't attach to the Fez too early, right? Because if I attach to the Fez, they might get wise to my strategy, but this is a rematch against Yamato, because yummy toes, more like yummy toes, am I right? Is I prized 2 Beldum in the previous matchup. Everything went wrong, everything went right for them. You know, they got the early blender without even trying. So then I'm like, okay, rematch time. I didn't prize any Beldum. As long as they don't get an early blender, they got the turn 1 raw blender. And yeah, okay, so they took the bait, but then they also got a Ceruledge, which is bad. And they got the Carmine. Oh, wait, okay. Seems a bit risky. Yeah, PDCGL does the opposite of what I want. But I think I can win this one. There is a chance that Trust Your Pilot wins. I just have to knock out the Char Cadet. And then this is going to be fine because I'm going to be set up here. Okay, I don't need the stupid Shaymin. Because I can knock out Ceruledge, right? Metagross knocks out Ceruledge if I put 4 energy on the damn thing, which is quite a bit, I agree. But I should be okay. All right, so let's go for Metang and Metagross. Actually, let's go for Metang and Metagross. I need to Team Rocket's Petrol for... I mean, at this point, it's probably just Transceiver for Petrol, to be completely honest with you, just because I need to get 3 energy on the Fez. There is no ifs, ands, or smooth butts about it, as I have to hit 3 energy, or I have to get 2, or I have to get 2 energy, and then do the thing. All right, so this is a little weird, is I kind of have to not attach a lot of energy to the Metagross here. Again, very strange, but I can't overload a Metang because there's a very decent chance they just have all the things. So I'll get rid of Shaymin and Genesect. I'll go for the Drilbur. Do I go for the... Is it too early for the Drilbur? It might actually be too early for the Drilbur. Because I'm going to have to... Yeah, I think it's Beldum is correct. I think Beldum is correct here. And then I just Cruel Arrow the Charcadet. So if they have bosses on my Beldum, obviously that's not good. And Nick, I should tack in a water Pokemon for this matchup. Well, funny you should say that, because I was going to talk about this guy. Because this guy can snipe a Monkey Dory and do a few other things. Oh, did they just immediate Cosmic Beam? Oh my god, I might win this game. Okay. I win if I get bosses, I think. Actually, I don't even think I want bosses. Oh my goodness, did Trust Your Pilot just win this game? I think he did. I also think he's really handsome, and you should subscribe to him if you're not already. See, you should watch it. They didn't blender away any fire energy, but maybe they feel bad for me. That's the other thing you have to be aware of. Maybe they just feel bad for you. You know, maybe they just feel a little bad for you, and that's cool. But yeah, Lillies, look at this. I have no use for Lillies. Lillies is a dead card in this deck. Do not play Lillies with Excadrill. It is useless. All right, so let's go Cruel Arrow, knock out another Charcadet, and then I'm pretty sure I win the prize trade. No, I think they just whiffed it, right? I think they pretended it was a sock drawer, and they just whiffed it. Oh, speaking of whiffing it, something I learned last night when I was alone with For the Win is that it's surprisingly uncomfortable to pinch your nose and swallow. So yeah, For the Win, I learned that last night. He was like, oh my goodness, Pilot. Oh, I'm so sorry, Pilot. I didn't know that was going to hit so bad, Pilot. Yeah, it's so uncomfortable. So yeah, if you plug your nose and swallow, it's actually not an enjoyable experience. But maybe they also didn't have the... No, they probably did have the knockout, right? Because in what universe wouldn't they have the knockout? But I think they thought that this was just an auto win for them. They were just like, oh, I'm facing Excadrill. I auto win against Excadrill. How do I lose? And the way you lose is that is this guy. This card is amazing. You know, everyone was saying in the first matchup is like, oh, isn't this just an auto loss? Blah, 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 Pilot. You're so handsome. You can't be good at Pokemon cards as well. No. You use Fezandipiti to snipe Charcadet, and then you take 2 KOs with Metallic Hammer. You're winning the prize trade there. And it's just, you're so good. All right, do I have my energy recycler? Because that'd be really cool if I didn't prize that. It'd be really cool if I didn't prize my energy recycler. Would really love that. All right, so I don't think there's anyone left in deck. Prize the energy recycler. All right, so I need to get the energy recycler off the prizes, or else I believe I lose the game, which is very fun. Super duper fun. There's not much I can do. I just have to thin the deck right now. So let's get out the... I guess I special red card. And then, yeah, let's go. This guy, I need to thin out everything that I possibly humanly can. So Pokégear out, yeah, the bosses. And then what would you cut for the Lillies? You take out 4 Lillies, suck my butt. You add in a Team Rocket's Factory, another Kieran, a 3rd bosses. You do all the things that are good. All right, there's 1. I need 4. Remember, you need 4 energy. I don't want to overload it with too many. Okay, perfect. There was 7 energy in deck, so there should be 3 energy in deck left. Again, I can't go too crazy here. I have to red card them down. And then I go Metagross. Hopefully I get what I need here. And the Solrock can't do anything. So this was always going to be the first game in the YouTube video because I wanted to show people. Because, you know, if you go back and watch the VOD, oh my god. Okay, well, I didn't get energy recycler, but I did get energy. And yeah, you would cut the 4 Lillies, because again, Lillies, useless card. Cut the 4 Lillies, add in a Judge, a Kieran, a Bosses, and a Factory. The Factory could be another Judge. But you look at my hand, if I had a handful of like 6 energy, let's say I get 2 energy off the prizes, I Fez, I get 3 energy off the Fez. Every universe you can possibly think of, I would much rather be in a situation where, oh, I want to Judge all that energy back into the deck. I don't want to Lillies the energy back into the deck because that's 2 extra cards I would get. That's 2 extra chances to get more energy back. Judge also screws them up. right? Special red card is very important here to... Okay, that wasn't me. Special... Oh, I just win. Special red card is very important to put them down to 3 cards. Oh, God. As long as I don't top deck in energy, I am fine. As long as I don't top deck in energy, I win this game. No! Are you kidding me? You have to be joking. You absolutely are joking. All right, do I have... I should still have enough. Yeah, I have 3 energy. Oh, my God. Of course I prize the energy recycler. There's nothing I can get out of the deck. It's just 3. I think I'm guaranteed to get it because I'm going to see 12 cards, so I think I'm guaranteed to have it. But like that is just, come on. This game knows, right? This game absolutely knows what you're trying to do. It will actively screw you over. But yeah, how do you win the Ceruledge matchup? You never put Excadrill into play. The only time you attack with your Excadrill is to take your final 2 prizes. And, oh, wow, the game broke there. So the only reason you do that is you would put Drilbur down, never evolve the Drilbur. Just have it sitting there looking all pretty, toes out, and then you just take 2 prizes with Metagross, 2 prizes with Metagross, and then your final 2 prizes with Excadrill, and there you go. There's your Trust Your Pilot Masterclass of the day, and I put the ass in Masterclass. So we have ourselves a mirror match. Oh my God. Okay, I don't need all this petrol, okay? This is one game where I could have prized a couple petrol. Okay, we didn't prize the Trolley. They were able to get a turn 1 Poffin, but they don't have the Genesect. That is the issue that has befallen them, is they don't have what they need. I only have the 1 Kieran. This is gonna get a little sketchy. Right? This is gonna get a little sketchy where I think I might actually lose the game. So let's go. Do I put the Fez down is the question. The Fez can soften somebody up. I also need to draw cards, but I also don't need to do a whole lot here. Right, I have Petrol. I think I just go triple Beldum. As long as they don't have Fez, Retreat, Snipe a Beldum, I should be fine. Right, I should be totally fine. And then I guess I need to get an Excadrill just to be safe. So in this situation, I have to protect the Genesect, go into a Drilbur, and then just end turn. Right, because I don't know what they're going to do. Hitsuzen, oh yeah, Brave Bangle, Gravity Mountain, and Kieran are all here. I can't remember if I put Brave Bangle in the list, but these are the things. This is what you would cut the lilies for. I have, I haven't changed the list because I featured this list in the video, so I want to just sort of talk about it and, have people, realize, oh, why this is bad, blah, blah, blah. The 4 lilies is bad because you look at this hand, what use would lilies be here? I'd probably lilies into 6 energy, which is bad. I'd rather have Petrol and Factory and Gravity Mountain and Brave Bangle and Kieran and bosses. Like, yes, you do. Oh, they're playing the Secret Box build. So this is pretty cool to see. Oh, they got it all. Wait, did they not get the Genesect? This is the problem that I have with the Secret Box build is you have no way of finding Genesect unless you play with your balls. But playing with your balls is a bad thing because because you have to get rid of 3 cards with Secret Box. Then you have to go for Genesect. You're only going to have 2. I got the extra turn of Genesect. So they are a turn behind because they couldn't get that early Genesect. I have 4 Metal Evolutions. My deck is thinner. They're in a situation where they basically have to go for Undermine. Oh, they're not even going for Undermine. Okay, so they're going for Metang. They're not going for the Undermine. They have bosses in their hand. So does this mean they're not doing anything this turn? This is... Oh, and they whiffed. Oh, no. And they whiffed. No, I would not swap. You only want a maximum of 2 Judge. You could probably cut the red card. You still kind of want the red card, but you could cut the red card for the 2nd Judge. 2 Kieran, 3 bosses. There's just a lot of flexibility. And Grover, more like it's Nover. So yeah, they're playing the Secret Box build, and this is exactly the perfect reasoning to not play the Secret Box build. Is if they were playing the Trolley build, like, yes, they wouldn't have had the turn 1 Poffin, but they would have been fine. They would have been... Secret Box is just not good. Secret Box is not a cool card. All right, so let's go for this guy and this guy. Oh, I already have the Excadrill. All right, so we want double of those. So this is kind of interesting. I can almost do nothing and be okay. But I want to force myself onto my opponent. Right, nothing bad ever happens when you do that. All right, so I want to go and immediately get the Kieran. That is very important that I get the Kieran so I have it for next turn. And then just in case, just in case I don't hit an energy. Okay, we got energy. We're fine. So they are in a situation where, yes, they have bosses. But if they bosses, they can't knock out my Excadrill. So I'm just going to overload the Excadrill here. Oh, never mind. The game broke. Oh my god, this game is so well made. Isn't this game so well made? Such a well-made game, PTCGL is. There we go. It figured itself out. And then I can't go too crazy here. As much as I want to use this Metang, I mean, I guess I do. And then I just get one energy. And then I go Undermine. Then I get rid of 2 cards. Maybe it's 2 good cards. It's probably not. Okay, yeah, petrol and energy. That's great. That's actually perfect. Because now I wish I'd attached the energy. So now they're in a situation where they have to suck my entire butt. My entire butt has to be sucked. And now I know what you're doubly thinking is, how lotioned are your feet right now? Very. So what they can do is they can go Metagross, do 300 damage, 330 if they top deck to Brave Bangle, which is unlikely. But you're probably thinking, why did you get Kieran and not bosses? I don't necessarily need bosses in this situation because I can retreat and go into a Metagross and take the KO of a Metang or their Metagross. Yes, they're in a very advantageous position right now, but they do need to put 4 energy on a Metagross. Well, 3 now with their Metang. And then they have to discard all the energy attached to it. Well, sorry, 3 of the energy attached to it, which is not great. And unfortunately, I have to make a decision here. I could use Undermine and hope I hit their energy recycler because they probably have Fezandipiti and Fezandipiti is really bad, but I can petrol for, and they got the, oh, they're going for the Genesect? Oh, that's no, Grover, no, Grover, bad Grover. Grover, what are you doing, Grover? All right, well, that's fine. So I just go up with the big boy. All right, well, that's just not cool. And then let's petrol, and now I'll get the bosses. Or no, I guess I get the energy recycler. Huh, it's a tough call. It's either bosses or energy recycler in this situation. Because energy recycler, I may have to retreat. I can also use Kieran, but I think the Kieran has to be saved for a Mega Excadrill KO. But you know what? Let's live a little, right? Let's live a little. Let's have some fun here. Let's put the Beldum down. Let's just go for a maximum drilling. Let's not even actually let's attach that one there. Let's be slightly smart. And Susan, this deck is great. This is literally the 2nd best deck in Japan. Oh my god. See, this is where Judge would be really good. This is where a judge would be super duper helpful. But yeah, this is literally the most recent tier list in Japan. And if you combine Dragapult into one, Mega Excadrill is the 2nd best deck in Japan right now. Still a B tier deck according to their rankings. But Excadrill is the 2nd best deck in Japan. So the Cramorant is able to snipe 120. It's an okay card to just, sort of help you out a little bit. But Mega Kangaskhan could be a backup attacker. But I think between Fez and Genesect and Metagross, you don't need anybody else. I do have a Heatran build and a Mega Starmie build because Mega Starmie isn't terrible. But, oh, now they're building up the Genesect. Oh, no. Grover. What are you doing, Grover? You shouldn't be putting your energy on a Genesect. That is very bad, Grover. All right, well, I'm going to give them the benefit, these nuts of the doubt here. Oh, no, what are you doing, Grover? Okay, you better have a black belt training in that deck or something. You better have something in that deck. There needs to be something in this deck that can win this game. Because remember, they are going down to 3 prizes, and then I have Mega Excadrill. The problem is that they're putting themselves in a precarious position here, because if I don't put up the Excadrill, they can't knock it out next turn. It's literally impossible for them to knock it out next turn. But I can knock out their Genesect with a Metagross. So, like, I understand if I was an idiot and I wasn't the best PTCGL player on the planet of 2022, I can understand what they were doing. God, Lillies is bad. All right, so I'm going to go Petrol for... Do I want Energy Recycler? No, I only have 1 freaking energy. Jeez. Okay, so I want to go for the Genesect, right? Because that gets out... Yeah, that gets out 2 cards. Great. I want to get out 2 cards. Always love doing that. So Genesect down. Are they down 2 bosses? Yeah, they're down 2 bosses. It is potentially likely that they have 3. Because again, I'm playing the suboptimal triple Lillies build, which is not necessarily what you want to be doing. All right, so I don't have the Metang. I did prize the Metang, but as long as I get 3 energy off of this, we're fine. As long as I get 3 energy off of 2 Metang. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Okay, well, things might get interesting here. Oh, God. Things are about to get very interesting. Things are about to get a little interesting here. Trust your pilot made an oopsie in his pants. It does happen sometimes. Don't judge him. Yeah, there's no reason to do anything. I'm just going to go for it. Like, there's no reason to play any cards. I'm sure they have a special red card, which will probably lose me the game. But let's just get to the end game here. There's the Metang. There's a Transceiver. So they have to have Kieran in their hand. They need Kieran, 3 energy off the Metang. They have the Excadrill in their hand. If this was Magic Arena, we'd be able to see known cards in their hand. But this is not Magic Arena. This is Pokemon TCG Live, which is a much smaller franchise than Magic, as you all know. Okay, if they have Brave Bangle Kieran, but then they need 4 energy, so that's still not very good. They're in a tough spot. This is where things can get a little concerning for Mega Excadrill. Is it's close to the end of the game. You're running low on energy. You know, they couldn't get set up with the Genesect early, and that has definitely cost them. It's just Secret Box. Yes, very good card. Don't get me wrong. Secret Box. What? Secret Box, very good card. The PTCGL couldn't count to 3. PTCGL grouped the 3. Look at this. I have 5 and then now this is such a well-made game, isn't it? This is just the greatest, wellest madest game of all time, isn't it? Such an amazing game. You know, I wish they should teach this game in classes all around the world. They had the triple bosses. The bad news is that's about all they got. All right, so I win multiple different ways. I literally have game like a million different ways because they're out of bosses. There's no way they're playing 4. But I only have 2 energy left, but I think this is fine because I go Kieran and then I have bosses for next turn. And then that's GG. So if I go Kieran and then bosses, or I can be an idiot. I could also be a massive idiot and Lily's here and hope. That would be very funny. The idiocracy, Lilies and hope. I think everyone wants to watch me Lilies and hope here. I think we can all agree. Everyone is in agreement. We want me to do the Lilies and hope here, okay? I could do the smart thing. I know what you came here for. You came here for the stupidity. Uh-oh. Okay, I literally just Lilied all that energy back in. I have 4 energy in deck. I'm going to see 12 cards. There's 1. I'm going to give them a chance to win because I do feel bad for them. But watch PTCGL still screw me over. Yep, still screwed me over. Even after the Lilies, I wanted to prove to you just how bad Lilies is. So we'll make some changes to the list. We'll do a... Oh, that would have been very helpful for them. We'll do a Lilies list. Because I think you want 3 bosses. As you saw with my opponent, you know, they were able to bosses 3 times. That's very powerful. I'm not saying it's necessarily good. And see, because they would have had the factory. But they had the 3 bosses. That could have been very good if they just got set up. There's a Kieran. So they know exactly what they're doing. The problem is that PTCGL is screwing me over. And we're getting absolutely bodied here because they are getting 0 energy, which is very funny to me. And I can just attack for a single energy with Metagross. So even with PTCGL doing everything in its power, and it's very important I don't shuffle the deck because I saw 12 cards. I have 2 energy on the bottom of the deck. So it's very important that I do not shuffle the deck in this situation. Because I knew there was 2 energy left that I didn't find. Oh my god, PTCGL. This is just insanity. And then, yeah, we go Metagross, hard retreat. So even with the game doing everything in its power to make me lose, I'm still him. I am still him. I'm the greatest PTCGL player of all time. And I bet you didn't know that Metagross has a first attack. I bet you didn't know that Metagross has a first attack that does 60 damage. And Pilot knew that when he did his crazy idea. You know, you think that all my wackiness is just off the cuff. No, I'm calculated wackiness. I whack off when I'm thinking all about you. So just know this, when I'm whacking off, I'm thinking about you and all the fun ways we can do some maximum drilling. So remember, they cannot win the game this turn unless they have... Oh, could you imagine if Vitality Band still existed, which was just a tool that's plus 10 damage? That would have made the mirror match so easy, right? How do you win the Mega Excadrill mirror match? You play 1 Vitality Band and that's it, or maybe even 2. So they cannot win this matchup, or they can't win this game because I am too good at Pokemon cards. It is an unfortunate reality. But yeah, Lillies, you don't... how many times did I use Lillies? Once, and it did nothing? Using Lillies seemed to have made my life worse. Like, I know I used Lillies at the end there, but that could have just as easily been a judge. Right? That could have just as easily been a judge. It could have been another bosses, where I didn't have to mess around with all this crap. It could have been another Kieran. You know, AZ's Tranquility is another good one. So, you know, if you want to put 1 Lillies in the list just to have it as a failsafe, go for it. Oh no. Oh, not the desperation undermine. Not the desperation undermine. All right, you know what? I'm doing the thing. I'm going for it. We're doing the thing. Because I know I can retreat this Metagross. Come on, please, PTCGL. Just give me... Oh, I have the energy in hand. But we got it anyway. All right, so I just want to show you what my grand plan was like 10 minutes ago. So my grand plan 10 minutes ago when I grabbed the Kieran was to do this, but then they, you know, never put their Mega Excadrill in harm's way. So this is how you win the mirror match. This is why I think 3 bosses and 2 Kieran is really good, is because a lot of people are going to be playing Excadrill, and I couldn't play with my balls. So the double Kieran helps a lot of things. It helps the Metagross knock out the Dragapult. It helps the Excadrill knock out an Excadrill. It's also a switch card, and when everyone in your deck has a beefy retreat cost, it's also just great to have the switch card. All right, first ever game against Garchomp. This should be a very interesting matchup. I didn't prize the Trolley. I mean, that's never happened before where I've prized the Trolley. But yeah, can you believe my first ever matchup against Garchomp? I wonder what could possibly happen here. Let's go. Yep, triple Beldum, another Drilbur, Genesect, easiest decision of my life. I didn't prize any Beldum or Metang, which means I'm going to win unless I prized... Oh, wow. So wait, I only prized 2 energy and my deck is Mega Darkrying. I prized a Transceiver. See, I'm checking my prizes because I'm a pro streamer. I prized Judge. Okay, well, the Judge doesn't really matter because that's really only good at the very beginning of a game. But let's go for these guys. And then if I just attach... Okay, so here's the problem. Is they can very easily knock out my Drilbur. Right? They can't use Roserade. They can't use Roselia. If they had grabbed another Roselia, the Roserade is plus 30, so they could have used Spike Sting to take a KO. The way that they could knock out my Drilbur this turn is just retreat into Gabite, use Dragon Slice for 70. So it did make sense to attach the energy, and additionally, it made double sense to attach the energy because you don't need 2 metal energy in your hand, right? You can only attach 1. So having another metal energy in my hand didn't matter. So while it's a little, you know, I could get screwed over for this, it still made sense because there's no reason to not attach an energy when you have 2 in your hand. And the odds of them knocking out the Drilbur aren't high, but they're like 69%, right? I would say they have a 69% chance. If they have like a Poffin, they just need an energy. So this was correct. If I didn't think the Drilbur was going to get knocked out, I would have attached to the active. But they were literally just a gigabyte energy away from knocking out my Drilbur because Dragon Slice, 40 plus 30, I can do math. Yeah, be very interesting if I opened up Fezandipiti. Very glad I did not open the Fezandipiti. But this is a very, very interesting matchup because I can't undermine the Rose Raid. I mean, I can undermine the Rose Raid, but I honestly think in this situation, Genesect is a good attacker because it can soak up a hit and it can do the thing. And like I couldn't knock this out now. So they're actually they're very smart if they attacked with a Gigabyte. Oh no. No, Zazwoo, don't. No, Zazwoo. Oh, Zazwoo. Oh, that's interesting. Oh. So this is different. This is the triple bosses, double cure, and 1 judge list. So I don't mind wasting a bosses early if it behooves me greatly, and I am greatly behooved at the moment. The only thing that can go wrong is if I don't get any energy. But I think every world you live in, you go for the Gigabyte, right? There isn't a world where, oh God, please, no. Please. PDCGL, please. Please. Thank you. Okay. God. I don't think there's a world where you don't go for the Gigabyte if you can knock it out here. And then I'll put that there. Let's load up a Metang. And then I go Excadrill, Evolution, Bosses. And this is one of the reasons why I'm so high on Bosses and why I should have 3 copies is because just look at this. If I didn't have triple Bosses, that probably would have been, you know, another LILLIE'S. And again, I have avoided using LILLIE'S at every opportunity. Even with 1 copy, I'm not using the damn thing. It can get you out of tricky situations where you judge into 4 energy and what the hell. But the Garchomp matchup is very interesting. The thing is, and this is why Excadrill is so good, is because there's nothing special about it. I talked about this numerous times over the last few weeks. Excadrill is not an interesting card. There is not much crazy. It's like 90 damage Mildew, 330 with 5 energy. The Metagross pairing makes this work, but it's also the fact that just turn 1 Trolley, the deck works. If you get a turn 1 Trolley, that's all the deck wants. It pretty much works from there. You can't, if you're your opponent, what do you do? Do you go for Genesect? Well, too bad. I already got 2 free metal evolutions. I already grabbed 2 Metang. Or if I thought the Genesect was going to get knocked out, I grabbed a Metang and an Excadrill. And if the cards are on my side, if the heart of the cards are on my side, I can undermine or maximum drilling or do something worthwhile. There's just not a whole lot. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, well, the good news is I don't have another bosses. I mean, they're going to start chomping at the bit. They're going to start Garchomping at the bit here, but I'm going to undermine again. And if I hit a power weight, they are going to hate me so much right now. If I just hit a single power weight, they're going to be like, wait, follow me. Oh no, oh no. Okay, that's much worse. That is much worse for them. Boss is Rocky. The deck only plays like 5 energy, and they're down 3, and they're down to bosses now as well. They're also down a power weight. The thing is, I cannot one-shot a Garchomp with the power weight. I have seen decks run Tool Scrapper, because, you know, Tool Scrapper is just a great card to have in general for Hero's Cape, for power weight. That's about it. You know, Air Balloon in certain decks. You know, there's some cards, but like Hero's Cape and power weight, especially for this matchup, you kind of need them to win. I think if you don't have Tool Scrapper, this matchup gets a lot sketchier. And there we go. They finally got the Garchomp. The question is, do they have the energy? Are they about to Prism Tower and hope for an energy? because I don't know if that's going to work for them. Okay, it's a Rose Raid Garchomp into play. Have they played? They haven't played a supporter, but I mean, you need a power weight. If you don't get a power weight, you're screwed. And also, you have to play around their Spiritomb. So this is just another example of why Spiritomb is an amazing card. Is if I put too much damage on a Garchomp, their Spiritomb is going to come in swinging and take a knockout. Because if I put 330 damage on a Garchomp with a power weight, then a Spiritomb with 1 Rose Raid in play knocks out my Excadrill. Okay, that's cool. Okay, okay, things just got really interesting. Things just got insane. I mean, I'm going to win because I'm awesome, but this is... Things have... What are we, on an escalator? Because things have escalated quickly. Again, I'm going to win because I'm awesome. I mean, again, how many times do I have to tell you this? I am him. But, like, they at least made it interesting. They made me twerk a little bit for it. All right, so let's see if we can get one more energy or something. It's very important that Trust Your Pilot does not make an oopsie in his pants, okay? Remember, if I make an oopsie in my pants, that is bad. Okay, normally it's a funny, good thing, but if I make an oopsie in my pants, we lose the game. I mean, I could go get Gravity Mountain. I mean, yeah, I guess I could have grabbed Gravity Mountain. It wouldn't really mattered. But I'm not taking that risk, okay? All right, so let's go. Yeah, let's see what we have in the deck. So I have bosses. A power weight. I don't think a power weight wins them the game. Right, because I'm taking the knockout if they're active. I did check and there was an Air Balloon in the deck. So if they have a power weight and they put it on the bite, that is fine. But they would need... If they have triple Rose Raid, Garchomp, they are knocking out the Metagross, and then things get really sketchy because then they can go bosses on the Genesect. So I think I have to attack with the other Metagross this turn, and then potentially don't discard the energy with Metallic Hammer, but I think they win if they have bosses no matter what, right? So let's say they get triple Rose Raid, they attack with Garchomp, they knock out my Metagross. I think I have to attack with another Metagross. Even if I do 60 damage with Bounce Back, that is still totally fine because I have another Kieran. Which is kind of hilarious to say that even if I do 60 damage to a Garchomp, I can still win. It gets very sketchy from then on. Excuse me? Zazwoo, what are you doing, Zazwoo? You're doing the wrong things. I don't care who you're knocking out here, Zazwoo. You're doing the wrong thing. Okay. Yeah? I mean, I guess they're trying to set up a knockout on the Genesect, but did they... But what? That Garchomp was a... Garchomp... What? I am very confused. I'm just going to go up with the Mega Excadrill. I don't care what they're doing. I'm just going up with the Mega Excadrill. I'm taking the knockout. If they have rare candy bosses, Garchomp, congratulations, right? If they have literally everything, congratulations. I will let you have this win. Like, did they prize 2 Garchomp or something? Is that what this was? Is that they prized 2 Garchomp and I'm going to lose? Yeah, they must have prized 2 Garchomp because they had 1 in the discard pile. So they would have taken the knockout, but they had the power weight and they had the bosses. So wait, they would have won the game. If they didn't prize 2 Garchomp, they would have won the game because they had the triple Rose Raid that knocks out the Metagross. And then as long as they had an energy with Draconic Buster, they had the bosses. I would have played Judge, probably. But they would have won that game if apparently they didn't prize 2 Garchomp, which is insane that someone has worse luck than me.